this Mexican brother wants to give black people a really hard time. So he says things in the line of black people are not that hardworking, that Mexicans are more hardworking than black people, and that is the reason why they get the majority of the jobs. And he just goes on and on. So if you have been paying really close attention, especially during the FAFO season and everything that has been going on in between, from the Trump train deporting and just not bringing down the prices of groceries, you know that Mexicans have risen against black people. Like some of them, like they're saying that we're in black people coming on board and helping them talk against everything that's going on. But why is this happening now, and why are these people seeing the importance of black people now? Well, it's as they say, you only see the value of somebody once they leave. And black people have just decided to keep quiet and are watching from afar. So if you want to have this conversation with us and get to hear out what this Mexican brother said, do leave your thoughts in the comments and just stick around as I play with these videos.
This is a very good question. It says, if Mexican people stick together as you say, then why would you leave Mexico? If your people are so wonderful, why did you run from your own country? Okay, I'm gonna give you this analogy, and after you watch the whole video, hopefully you understand. If not, comment. You know how a lot of black people leave the hood for the suburbs? Have you seen that? Or maybe you're one of them? Why do you think black people do that? They say, bye hood, go to the suburbs next to the evil white people. I'm going to give you two reasons. Better environment, better school system for your children. That could be two. And if we keep looking for more reasons, we will find a million of them. And then you say, why do we run from our country? I'm going to tell you why. In my country, sometimes we have no running water. Sometimes we have no electricity. Sometimes we have no food to eat, no work. Our government in my country is corrupt. I've seen a lot of videos of black people saying, oh, no more food stamps, no more EBT card, no more Section 8. See, to a lot of black people, not having food stamps, not having Medicaid, not having Section 8, that is a struggle to a lot of black people. When we Hispanics come into this country, we are like, what? Food stamps? Section 8? Medicaid? The water never runs out? The power never goes out? We're not worried about, not having food stamps, not having EBT, no Section 8. We're not worried about all that. We're here to work. We don't bother nobody. Hopefully you get it after you watch this video. And if you don't, please replay it. Why do you think black people do that?
All right, Sangano. This is the difference. Black people were brought here. Okay? Black people were brought here on ships. Okay? You walked here from over the border. That's the difference, papá. Eso es la diferencia. Tú quieres ser gringo y nunca lo vas a ser. I was born and raised here. I'm Puerto Rican. And I am proud to be Puerto Rican. And I will never deny my race like you guys do. You will shit all over your race in proximity to your whiteness, and it's disgusting. So stop coming after black people. You look stupid.
This is a very good question. It says, if Mexican people stick together as you say.
If y'all stick together so much, why don't y'all have running water in Mexico? You keep talking about your government Mexican, right? I thought you said the Mexicans stick together. So you telling me y'all come over here and you don't get no food stamps or nothing? Dude, who you think believe you, dog? Who do you really think believe you? Y'all come over here because your country is up. That's why you come over here. So you can't be sticking together like you say you do. Who is you fooling, man?
Hold up now. California says something different, and that's not even the United States as a whole, just California. Illegal immigration causes California taxpayers nearly $31 billion a year. Where does all that money go to? Education, medical care, housing, nutrition assistance, cash aid, even legal protection. They have sanctuary policies that shield them from identification and removal. Now, to be fair, undocumented Latino and Hispanics aren't the only immigrants. So let's see the demographics in California. Mexico make up 61% of the undocumented population, coming in at a 1.6 million. 61% of 31 billion is 18 billion. So y'all get $18 billion annually in state aid. And this is the same man that say his people stick together. I got proof that say otherwise.
Yeah, voted for Trump. And I'm still eating tacos, ho. We eating tacos. Pura pinche trompas, arriba el ice, a la verga.
Nah, that's not it, fam. That's not it. That's not it. We leave and we go to the same country in a different area. We're not leaving our country. We're going to a different area inside of our own country. I've never been like, oh, it's not working here. I'm going to go to Africa. Why would I do that? I'm not from there. I'm from here. What are you talking about? This is the worst analogy you could ever make. Oh, and they get mad because when they're on Section 8 and they don't have Section 8 or EBT, it causes them to be upset. That's a struggle for them. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's some black people. That is some black people. I have never had EBT. I have never grew up on Medicare Section 8. My mom and dad worked for a living. What the f*** you talking about? And that's a lot of other black people like me. I grew up with both my parents in the household. That is a stereotype. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, so they leave the hood and then they go by the evil white people? What the f*** you mean? You sound dumb as shit. Let me inform you. First of all, black people are not all on Section 8, if you didn't know that. If you didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe you came over here and that's your sense of thinking because that's what you were programmed to think. All black people are on Section 8, they're lazy, they don't work. No, we work. We're just not going to work for $5 less than what we're worth. But your people that are legal will do that. And that's why they get the job. And if we're really being honest, it's not all that great of a job. You don't do that good. Sure, you have more people to do it and you get it done faster because 2 of you is 1 salary for us. Duh. You're not working harder. Half the time you're drunk at work. I don't understand the frustration you have. If you're not supposed to be here, then go home. And if your home is shitty, then fight for your rights over there. But you can't fight for your rights for over there, over here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that making sense to you? Are you getting that? Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, you had a shitty country and you're coming to America. All right. But if they came the wrong way, then they have to go back.
So first of all, I just want to say the amount of Latinos that have come online to just talk against black people is so wild and unimaginable. Like, I never imagined that they were not in solidarity with black people, like, completely. But I think one really revealing moment was during the Drake beef with Kendrick Lamar. Like, that time we saw a lot of Mexicans and some of those people from that community just talking about how black people are kind of like selfish, if I may put it, because we even like had a video about this like some time back. So like it's kind of revealing just how this anti-blackness is really ingrained in some communities. You know, like you think they're in solidarity with the black community, but they're not. So what do you think after hearing his perspectives? Now, the good part is there are people that do understand exactly what has been going on historically, and they're just willing to just like step on board and bring up those points. So if you have anything to add on to this discussion as we carry on, don't forget to do that. Now, before we go any further, I just want to read you some of the comments that people had, especially concerning that Mexican brother, because some people were just supporting him, saying that he's bringing out those points. Now, I have seen the majority of his content, and he always talks about people in the hood and how they, like, he just says a lot of things about people from the hood. You know, and some people do support his points, while some people just say, like, the hood doesn't necessarily mean the black community. The hood is a whole different landscape and the dynamic. But I don't know if he seems to understand that, or he doesn't grasp the whole point ideally. But you tell me what you think about that as I read you these comments. So the first one says, the only difference in your analogy is that black people in America are citizens, whereas the majority of Mexicans migrated illegal in the United States. The other point says, I get what you're saying, but why people from other countries don't demand from their government with a demanding from the US government? So I guess this point is kind of like saying, why are other people not demanding help from their government, such as in his case? Why isn't he saying his government should work on the water crisis and just make things better in his country? But he's here in the United States and demanding the United States government to make things better for him. So the other point says, right, bro, you don't have to explain yourself, brother. We know what's going on. So this was from a black brother, I guess. Then his response was, law, stop cooning. And then he puts an emoji of a clown. Okay, so I don't get this Mexican brother. But the other point says, and work is what you all do. Hardest working people I know. My hat off to you. Do what you have to do. Please don't worry about negativity of others. All right. And the other comment says, everything you say makes common sense. People here complaining about the US have no idea how hard it is elsewhere. Great explanation. The other point says, that's close, but no, if you're leaving a country or a neighborhood for a better environment, then you should not take the environment you are in to new place you are moving to. Okay, so this is kind of like advising him if he's moving to a place because of that. So the other one says, well said, my brother. I feel you, my brother. The other one, DJ, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That is why people are giving you so much backlash. So he's saying it's not what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it. So the way he explains himself, it's almost like he wants you to justify what he's saying because he's making sense. But at the end of the day, it's not what he says, it's how he says it. So what do you think about this Mexican brother? Do you think he's got some genuine points? Like he just wants to bring the two communities together? Because he does go on in another video saying that the black community and the Mexican community are not so different. They're both hardworking, but the only difference is the Mexicans prioritize family more and togetherness. And I think that's where the problem really is when it comes to his videos, because he seems to prioritize more Mexican heritage, but he's involving black people into this conversation and just ignoring some of the things that they've brought to the community, to the society, and to the nation, or even to the world at large. So he's kind of like just magnifying Mexican heritage, if I may put it. To summarize it all, I just want to give you a glimpse of this book that I found a summary on that says, let's be honest, Latinos can be anti-black. So it says, still, many Latinos deny the existence of prejudice against Afro-Latinos and any true prejudice against other blacks like African Americans. So this denial is rooted in the Latino mestizaje racial mixture cause, which means racial mixture discourse, cultural notion that has an unequally syncretic, racially mixed people. They are incapable of orthodox attitudes. In turn, Latino mestizaje situates anti-blackness as a North American construct learned only once in the United States, when racially innocent Latinos encountered orthodoxists thinking for the first time. All right, so this kind of like just says Latinos are capable of being anti-black towards black people, but when they experience it for the first time, they kind of like dismiss it. So this whole article was just dedicated to how they deny the prejudice that they have towards black people, but it's actually there. And this is what I've seen in this Mexican brother's video. Like, he denies being prejudiced or prejudiced towards black people, but that's exactly what he's doing. Saying that Mexicans are harder working than blacks, saying that their communities are better than the black community, and stuff like that. Like, where do you think his words are coming from? I think it's only when somebody harbors some sort of a hate or bias towards another community that they may say that, but I might be wrong. So leave your thoughts in the comments as we end today's video, and don't forget to like, to share, and also subscribe.